this yet, but Peter will bring an extra amazing layer to today's performance, today's show. So save some of that applause for afterwards. Yeah, it totally makes a difference. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another episode of Those Thrilling Days of Yesteryear, a live recreation of some of your favorite shows from the golden age of radio. Space, the final frontier. All right, that's another show. And that came out way after the golden age of radio. But space exploration, visiting other planets, systems and species, and even being invaded by extraterrestrial beings has been an interest for many years and was a huge focus in old-time radio. Now consider, with radio, to have to spend millions of dollars on special effects and CGI, all you needed were a few space sounds, recordings of rockets and blasters, and perhaps a theremin. And listeners were instantly taken on incredible journeys with the power of the mind. And shows like Dimension X, Escape, X-1, and the Ray Bradbury Theater challenged our imaginations and invited us to the farthest regions of the galaxy and even beyond. Most of those adventures took place in the far distant future, some as far into the cosmic future as the year 1999. Yeah, imagine what life will be like then. Just imagine for a moment, not only will there be flying cars and robots serving our needs, but we will be traveling into space and even colonizing Mars. Think about it. We'll be able to travel to the red planet, meet those inhabitants and species that live there, Martians, and be able to engage with them peacefully. We'll be able to set up our own colonies and begin to create a new history on Mars, a new Earth, perhaps. Can you imagine what that would be like? Well, author Ray Bradbury sure did. In fact, he wrote quite a bit about how he saw the future. And if you consider his masterpiece, The Martian Chronicles, which he wrote throughout the 50s and was quickly adapted for the radio. Dimension X, which originally aired August 8th, 1950, was a series of short adaptations of each of these short stories. Rocket Summer, Ela, and The Moon Be Still As Bright, The Settlers, The Locust, The Shore, The Off-Season, There Will Come Soft Rains, and The Million-Year Picnic, which chronicled different stories of the exploration and colonization of the planet Mars, taking place between 1999 and the even farther 2025. And then there's The Earthmen, which appeared on Escape on July 25th, 1951, which tells of the second expedition to Mars as part of that chronicle. The brave astronauts who traveled to this still unknown planet and the inhabitants that they met. So join us now as we take a look into that far distant future of 1999 as we visit the planet Mars. We'll do our best to recreate these shows for you just as they aired, with music, sound effects, and even a theremin for that special sci-fi experience. Well, you can't have sci-fi without that. While you are listening, you might pretend that you are one of those who had the fortune of being in the live audience as they watch their favorite performers do their thing. Or perhaps you might just wish to sit back, close your eyes, and imagine that you're sitting in your living room in front of the old Philco radio, anxiously awaiting for your favorite show to begin. So join us now as we take you back to those thrilling days of yesteryear. Dimension X. On stage tonight, Dimension X. Tonight, Dimension X presents The Martian Chronicles, a dramatization of the new novel by one of our most brilliant young science fiction writers, Ray Bradbury. The Martian Chronicles. January, in the year 1999. 1 minute it was Ohio winter, with doors closed, the panes blind with frost, icicles fringing every roof,
children skiing on snowy slopes. And then a long wave of warmth crossed the small town, a flooding sea of hot air.
Bye, Mom. I'm going out.
William McLennan, you come back here. You know you can't go out in winter without a coat. Do you want to catch your death of a cold?
But it isn't cold. It's warm outside. It's rocket summer.
Rocket summer?
You know, like Indian summer.
The rocket lay on the launching field, blowing out pink clouds of fire and heat, cracking the icicles, melting the snow, making summer with every breath of its mighty exhausts. It seared the faces of the watching crowd and drove them back, and then they saw the red fire and heard the big sound as the silver rocket shot up toward Mars and left them behind on an ordinary Monday morning on the ordinary planet Earth. They lived in a house of crystal pillars on the planet Mars by the edge of an empty sea. And every morning you could see Ela eating the golden fruits that grew from the crystal walls, or her husband sitting alone in his room, reading from a singing metal book over which he brushed his hand as one might play a harp. Ela and her husband were not old. Once they had liked painting pictures with chemical fire, swimming in the canals when the wine trees filled them with green liquors, and talking into the dawn together, but no more. Marriage sometimes makes people old and familiar while still young, and Ela was not happy now. This morning she sat dreaming between the crystal pillars and wished that somehow a miracle might happen. And then suddenly...
Ela, did you fall?
No.
I thought I heard you cry out.
Did I? I was almost asleep. I had a dream.
In the daytime? You don't often do that.
Strange. How very strange. I dreamed about a man, a tall man, 6 feet tall.
How absurd. He'd be a giant, a misshapen giant.
I know, and yet somehow he looked quite handsome. He was dressed in a strange uniform, and he came down out of the sky in a long silver craft.
Out of the sky? What nonsense.
And he spoke pleasantly to me in another language, but somehow I understood him with my mind. Telepathy, I suppose.
Now, really, Ela.
And he said, "I've come from the 3rd planet in my ship. My name is Nathaniel York."
Stupid name. Whoever heard of a name like that?
Perhaps they have names like that on Earth.
That's ridiculous, Ela. Everyone knows the 3rd planet is incapable of supporting life. There's too much oxygen in the atmosphere.
I suppose. But haven't you ever wondered if, well, wouldn't it be fascinating if there were people there? And they traveled through space in some sort of ship?
Really, Ela? You know I hate this emotional wailing. Now let's get on with our work.
Evening came. The twin white moons of Mars were rising, and the house closed itself in like a giant flower. A wind blew among the pillars, stirring Ela's russet hair, crooning softly in her ear. And it was then that she began singing the song.
Drink to me only thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine.
Ela! What's that sound?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? I've never heard it before. Did you compose it?
No. Yes. No, I don't know, really. I don't even know what the words are. They're in another language. It was part of a dream I had, I guess.
Oh. You know, you haven't been yourself lately. It might do you good if we went away to the Blue Mountains for a week or so.
What?
Oh, did you hear what I said?
I'm sorry. I was watching the sky.
You are certainly interested in the sky tonight.
It's very beautiful.
Well, what are my suggestions? Shall we leave for the Blue Mountains in the morning?
You mean go away now? Oh, no.
No. Why not? Why don't you want to go?
I don't know. I just don't want to, that's all.
Ela, I'm sick of that silly song. It's late. Let us sleep.
From the crystal walls poured a soft carpeting of mist to support Ela where she lay down to sleep. But through the night she tossed restlessly, until just at dawn the dream recurred.
Ela, wake up.
What? Oh, what is it?
You've been dreaming again. You talked in your sleep.
Did I?
Yes. What were you dreaming?
Oh, the ship. It came from the sky again. And the tall man stepped out and he talked with me, telling me little jokes and laughing.
And what else happened?
And then this Captain York, oh, I can't, it's all so silly.
Tell me.
He said I was beautiful, and then he kissed me.
No, he thought so. What else?
Why, Eel, you're so bad-tempered. It's only a dream.
Is it? You know I can read your mind. You can't keep secrets from me.
Well, all that happened was this Captain York told me, he told me he'd take me away in his ship, into the sky. Take me back to his planet with him. It's quite ridiculous, really.
Ridiculous, is it? You should have heard yourself, fawning on him, talking to him, singing with him all night. In your dream, he landed in Green Valley, didn't he?
No, please.
And he told you he was coming today.
Yes, but what's come over you? It was only a dream. You can't be jealous of that.
No, I suppose not. Forgive me, I'm being childish.
Eel, you're sick. You've been working too hard.
No, I'm all right. But perhaps you're right. Maybe I could use a little relaxation.
Yes.
I think I'll take the morning off and go hunting.
Hunting?
Yes, in Green Valley.
Numbly she watched him go to his closet and draw forth an evil-looking weapon. And then her husband was gone, walking toward Green Valley, and Ela waited, watching the sky for an unknown thing, trembling with a nameless fear. And then it happened. A whirring, rushing sound, the warmth as of a giant fire passing in the air, the gleam of metal in the sky.
He's come! It's true! The dream's true!
The rocket vanished over the hills. The sky was empty again. And trembling, Ela waited again, looking toward Green Valley and seeing nothing, listening for sounds and hearing nothing, until a shot sounded, very sharply, the sound of the evil weapon.
Oh no!
Her body jerked with the sound, and she wanted to scream and never stop screaming, for now she knew the dream would never come true. There was nothing left but the song, the strange and fine and beautiful song.
Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine only a kiss with.
But still the rockets came. The next ship came down from the stars and the black velocities and the silent ghosts of space and landed by night near a Martian city. The men made their way to the outer rim of the dreaming city. And then Jeff Spender went to reconnoiter while the others watched and waited for something to stir in the haunted city, some gray form to rise, some voice to break the unearthly stillness. Where were the people? Where were the Martians? Nothing stirred to disturb the silence until...
Oh! Who goes there? Don't shoot! Hold it, Parkhill. It's Spender and his party. They're coming back. Captain Wilder! Over here! Well?
We've searched the city. People were living here last week.
People?
Martians.
Where are they now?
Dead.
Dead? What did they die of?
You won't believe it, Captain. Chicken pox.
Good Lord, no.
Yes. No resistance to an Earth disease, I guess.
So the other rocket did get through to Mars.
It looks like it, Captain. God only knows what the Martians did to them. But at least we know what they did to the Martians.
You mean they're all dead?
Yes, the planet is through.
Hey, you hear that, guys? We're saved! Let's have a drink to celebrate.
Stop it, Parkhill. Put down that bottle.
Ah, what's eating you, Spender? The planet's ours now. We got to christen it, don't we? I christen the city of, hey, Park Hill City. How about that?
I warned you.
Oh! All right, men. Men, now listen up. That'll cost you a $50 fine. Okay, McClure, take care of Park Hill. Spender, you come with me. All right, Spender. Why did you hit him?
I don't know, Captain. I was ashamed, I guess. Ashamed of Sam Parkhill and the noise and the spectacle the whole crew is making.
It's been a long trip. It's only natural they want to have their fling.
Yes, but where's their sense of what's right? Their respect for what's happened here? Captain, a race builds itself for 1,000,000 years, refines itself, builds cities like this one, does everything it can to give it self-respect and beauty, and then it dies. Of what? Nothing anything fine or majestic or fitting, but a dirty little thing like chickenpox. And Sam Parkhill wants to celebrate.
I know, Spender. But you've got to remember, you've a different way of seeing things.
I'm seeing things all right. I'm seeing what we'll do to Mars. We'll rip it up, rip the skin off, ruin it the way we've ruined our own planet. Captain, look at the city. Maybe the last time we'll ever see it this way.
It's beautiful in the moonlight, isn't it?
Yes. There's a poem by Byron that describes it, and how the Martians would feel tonight if there were any of them left. So we'll go no more a-roving, so late into the night. So the heart be still as loving, and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul wears out the breast, and the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself must rest. Though the night was made for loving, and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a-roving by the light of the moon.
Without a word, the Earthmen stood and looked at the city. The bottle lay shattered at Sam Parkhill's feet, and the sour stench of liquor filled the cool air. The men of Earth had come to Mars. The men of Earth came to Mars. They came because they were afraid or unafraid, because they were happy or unhappy, because they felt like pilgrims or did not feel like pilgrims. The government posters screamed, "There's work for you in the sky! See Mars!" The men shuffled forward, all kinds of men, all coming for different reasons. The rockets came like drums beating into the night. They came like locusts swarming and settling in blooms of rosy smoke. Mars was a distant shore, and the settlers spread upon it like waves. First the pioneers and builders, then the people of civilization. Some came because they were afraid of a coming war on Earth. Some came because they were afraid of nothing. Some came to escape from the smell of the subways and the cabbage tenements. And some came from houses, like that one in Ohio. It was a good house, the house in Ohio, and for 6 years the family had lived there contentedly, enjoying music and poetry and the rich, warm things of life, for the house had been built to be lived in, and in the year 2020 it contained all the latest automatic devices, from talking book recorders to singing clocks.
Tick-tock, 7 o'clock, time to rise, open your eyes. Tick-tock, 7 o'clock, time to rise, open your eyes.
As the family rose and dressed, the beds whirred electronically and made themselves. In the kitchen, the stove sighed and ejected from its warm interior 8 eggs, sunny side up, 12 bacon slices, 2 coffees, and 2 glasses of milk.
7, 9, breakfast time. Come and dine. 7, 9.
Beside the breakfast table, the facsimile machine clanked and deposited the morning paper on the table. The headline today spoke ominously of the danger of a coming war, and the man frowned as he read the news.
Today is August 4th, 2026. Insurance, gas, and atom heat bills are due. And today, remember the families planned a picnic.
Gee, Dad, are we really going?
Sure, Timmy, why not?
It's raining out.
It's not raining where we're going, son. Now run upstairs and pack your fishing tackle. We're going on our picnic, all right?
Okay, Dad.
Bill, are you sure we ought to go?
Yes. You seen the headlines this morning?
Looks bad, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. The rocket's ready. All we have to do is pack and take off.
I know, but, well, flying to Mars, it seems so crazy. Well, all right then. We'll go. Should we tell the children why we're going?
No, not yet. Let them enjoy the picnic.
The house went on with its appointed tasks.
9:15, time to clean. 9:15, time to clean.
Out of the molding darted hundreds of tiny mechanical mice, all rubber and metal. They sucked up the dust and dirt in the house and popped back into their burrows. In the walls, relays clicked, memory tapes glided under electric eyes, recorded voices moved under steel needles.
12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, tick-tock, 8 o'clock.
Evening came. In the living room, the hearth fire bloomed out of nothing, and the phonograph spoke from beside the fireplace.
Mrs. McLennan, what program would you like to hear this evening? Mr. McLennan? Since you expressed no preference, I shall select at random from among your favorites. Sarah Teasdale, There Will Come Soft Rains.
There will come soft rains and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pool singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their wings on a low fence wire, and not one will know of war, not one will care at last when it is done. Not one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone.
The phonograph finished the poem, but there was no one there to hear, for the family had gone to Mars. On the Martian desert beside the highway, there rose a glare of red and yellow neon signs that spelled the death of Jeff Spender's dream. Sam's hot dog stand is what the sign read, and Sam, of course, was the same Sam Parkhill who had fought with Spender years before. 10,000 rockets were reported leaving soon for Mars, with 100,000 hungry customers, and Sam wanted to be ready for them.
Hey, look up there, Irma!
Huh?
See that green star up there? That's Earth. Good old wonderful Earth. Makes you feel almost reverent, don't it?
Yeah.
Send me your hungry, your starved days. Something. It's a poem I learned in school. Come on, Earth, send me your rockets. Here's Sam Parkhill with the only hot dog stand on Mars.
Sam, what if the rockets don't come? What if there's a war on Earth?
Don't worry, they're coming all right. Ain't nothing gonna happen to spoil my plans, baby. I figured it all out.
Sam! Hey, Sam, look up there! Earth!
No.
Well,
no,
it's catching fire! It's burning!
Oh, no, it can't be. Irma, they can't do this to me. I got all our money invested in this place here.
Go ahead, Sam. Switch on more lights. Turn up the music. Get the hot dogs on the fire. There'll be another batch of customers coming along in about 100 million years.
Oh, no, it couldn't be.
What a a swell spot for a hot dog stand. Let you in on a little secret, Sam. It looks like it's going to be an off-season.
The light beam radio crackled with the news.
War.
War,
Come home.
come home.
By morning, the shelves of the luggage store were empty,
Come home.
and the rockets were blasting off, headed back to Earth.
Come
In a few days, everyone was gone, and the planet Mars once more lay deserted and silent. And then, after all the rest had gone, one last rocket landed on Mars. A small family-sized rocket come all the way from Earth. It seemed a long way to go for a picnic, but Dad had suggested the fishing trip, and Mother thought the whole family would enjoy a vacation. So here they were, floating down the Martian canal, with Timothy sitting in the back of the boat with Dad, and Mother up front, holding Alice, the baby, and the deserted Martian towns drifting slowly by.
Dad,
What is it, Timmy?
when do we see the Martians? You promised we would.
Soon, Tim. Soon.
Oh, but William, the last Martians died out years ago. They're a dead race now.
Not quite. Don't worry, son. I'll show you some real live Martians later on.
Gee, this is swell. I wish we didn't ever have to go home. How long can we stay?
1,000,000 years.
1,000,000 years?
Yes. It's time we told you, son. We're not going home. This is where we'll live from now on.
But what about the rocket? What about Ohio?
There's nothing there now but ruins. The last Earth radio just went off the air. That means the war is over and Earth is finished. We're going to blow up our rocket and start all over. See if we can't build a better world up here.
You mean Mars is going to be our home?
Yes. I hope you don't mind too much.
No, sir. But what about the Martians? When do we get to see them?
There they are, son. Look down at the water.
I don't see anything there.
Beside the boat. Look at the reflections in the water.
But that's us down there. Just you and me and Mom and the baby.
Yes, son. You see, we're the Martians now.
For a long, silent moment, Timmy stared down at the reflections of the family in the waters, and the Martians stared back up at him. Then he lifted his eyes to the deep ocean sky, trying once more to see Earth and the house he had always called home. But Earth was too far away, and the house was now only a heap of radioactive rubble. Only one wall remained standing, and within the wall a voice spoke, again and again and again.
Not one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone, that we were gone, that we were gone.
Today is October 5, 2026. Today is October 5, 2026. Today is October 5, 2026.
You have just heard The Martian Chronicles, a dramatization of highlights from a new novel by Ray Bradbury. The world of Dimension X. The preceding was transcribed on NBC. You, finding life rather dull, dreaming again of exotic places, wishing you were somewhere else, we offer you escape. Escape with us now to the outer limits of space, and the terrifying experiences of 4 men who penetrated it, as Ray Bradbury, famous science fiction writer, tells it in his gripping story, The Earthmen.
You ready to hit the road?
Yes?
Communication number 1. Mission accomplished.
Yes, Captain.
You'd better make sure you pause after that. Give them a few seconds to get over their excitement down
They'll
there.
go crazy. It'll be bigger than New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, it'll be bigger than the armistice. Only one celebration will top it in our lifetime.
What's that, sir?
The one they throw when we get back. All right, now where was I?
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. First rocket expedition to Mars landed upon Mars 12:03 Earth time. Estimated position of landing approximately longitude 345 degrees, latitude -7 degrees.
Yes, sir.
Landed without incident at edge of forest. Atmosphere, what's a good word to say if it's all right for breathing?
Optimal.
Yeah. Found atmosphere optimal. Descended from rock.
Captain Williams!
Yeah.
Prescott, sir! I see Prescott. He's running this way.
Running. Something happened?
No, he's just walking along. I think he's smiling.
Well, keep your binoculars on him. Sound off if it looks like he's in trouble. Descended from rocket. Sent Lieutenant Prescott on an reconnaissance mission. Dugan, Prescott all right?
Yes, sir. You want me to yell to him?
No, just stay up there and watch him. Morale high. Command efficiency and discipline of entire crew. Lieutenants Prescott and Dugan, Sergeant Clitheroe.
Thanks, Captain.
There's enough glory for all of us, Sergeant. Any chance of sending it now?
Not for 2 hours. Channels won't be clear for voice communication until 3 o'clock Earth time.
They don't even know yet we made it. I'd like to be down there when they get that message. Ooh, what excitement. Sirens, bands playing, artillery salutes.
Here's Prescott, sir.
Good. Come on down, Dugan. Prescott, you all right?
People!
Here, sit down. Catch your breath.
People! Mars has people!
No, take your time. You want a drink?
Mars is in heaven. People, just like home.
Any women? Let them talk. What sort of people?
Ordinary looking people. Men, women, kids.
Hostile?
I don't think so. I came down a road, a country road. Followed it at a right angle to a paved highway.
Yeah?
Before I could decide whether to go right or left, I heard a buzzing sort of sound and I ducked behind a bush. A vehicle rolled past. One wheel, it must have been a gyroscopic balancer of some sort.
Yeah.
Inside was a man and a woman.
What did they look like?
Just like us. Hair, eyes, nose, mouth, body, clothes.
Mars. Inhabited.
Wait till they hear that down there.
After I passed it, I followed it. I came to a hill, and when I got to the top, there it was, a little town, buildings, streets, just like home. And then I hurried back here.
People. And just like home, huh?
Yeah.
Do you suppose they're really friendly?
Well, I don't see why not. You heard what he said. Civilization up here resembles the one down there.
What would they do on Earth if Martians came down and established contact?
They'd make a pretty big thing out of it.
Well, the people here will probably treat us the same way.
Well, even so, we're not going to take any chances. We'll be armed.
We're going into town?
Right. As soon as we camouflage the rocket. All right, start cutting some of those branches and gathering leaves. Cover it up good. I don't want anybody monkeying around while we're gone.
Right. We can't be gone too long, Captain. The channel opens at 3.
And we'll be back by then, if everything goes well. Oh, can you imagine their reaction when they see us? Come on, men, make it fast. All right, men, dress it up. I'm going to knock on the door now. And keep smiling to show we're friendly. And let me do all the talking, understand?
Yes, sir. Captain.
Yes, what do you want?
You speak English.
I speak what I speak. What do you want?
The Martians speak English. We're from Earth. I'm Captain Williams, commander of the first expedition to Mars. And you are the first Martian we met.
Martian?
What I mean to say is you live on the 4th planet from the sun, correct?
Well, everybody knows that.
Well, we're from Earth.
Where?
It's never been done before.
What hasn't?
How is it you speak such good English?
I'm not speaking. I'm thinking. Telepathy? Now, what is it you want?
We're from Earth. From Earth.
Some other time, Mac. I got my own problems.
How do you like that? He didn't look very bright.
I know, but
Try it again. Knock on the door.
I'm in command here, Dugan. I'll do the thinking.
Yes, sir.
I'll knock on the door and try it again.
Yeah?
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Was that your husband I was just talking to?
Yeah.
He shut the door so quickly I never got a chance to explain.
Oh, I'm sorry. But he is busy. Can I help you? Are you strangers in town?
I'll say we are. We're from Earth.
Earth?
The planet Earth. Maybe you have a different name for it. The third in order from the sun. We came in a rocket, almost 60 million miles.
Don't come near me.
I just want to shake hands. You and your husband are the first people on the planet.
Don't come near me.
You don't understand. We're from Earth. We came in a rocket. We came in a rocket. What did I do?
Captain, don't you think we should get away from here, maybe?
All I did was... how far is it to town, Prescott?
A quarter of a mile.
I guess I just wanted to shake hands. What was it that scared her?
All right for us to smoke, Captain?
Sure. Smoke, yell, unbutton your buttons, do whatever you want. Doesn't seem to make any difference. No one's paying any attention to us anyhow. You'd think these people had visitors from Earth every day. Nobody even turns around to look at us.
Can I say something, Captain?
Yeah?
We can't blame them for ignoring us, sir. We look just the same as they do. For all they know, we're just a few Martians ambling through the town square. We ought to take a chance and try telling someone else.
Well, we've told 3 of them already. Back at the farmhouse, the man ignored us, and the woman screamed and ran away. And that girl we talked to, she fainted.
Hey, Captain, looks like there's a bar or soda fountain in here. Would it be all right if we went in and had something to drink?
Yeah, why not?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Could we get something to drink here?
Oh, got some nice fruit, Crystal. Is that all right? The same for everyone?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think I've ever seen you fellas around. You strangers?
We're from Earth.
Where?
Earth. Third planet from the sun.
Oh, clumsy of me. Earth, huh? Well, what do you know?
You mean you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Sure.
That we're the first men from Earth ever to reach Mars? That it's never been done before?
And we came 60 million miles in a rocket.
Sure. 60 million, huh? Rocket, you say? Well, I'm proud to make your acquaintance.
I'm Captain Williams. This is Lieutenant Prescott.
Hi.
Sergeant Clitheroe.
Hi.
And Lieutenant Duke.
I'm honored. I'm honored. You mind if I bring my son in to meet you? This is an occasion.
Sure. Bring him in.
Son, come in here. Rocket, eh? All the way by rocket. Hey now.
So, you understand what we went through? The chances we took?
Oh, sure. Why, you're real heroes. Let me shake hands again.
You call me Pop?
Son, these men are from Earth. From Earth. Understand?
Yes, Pop.
We're the first men from Earth ever to reach Mars.
Isn't that wonderful, son? Think of it.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, go tell everyone. You don't mind if he tells people, do you?
I should say not.
We'd like him to.
As many as possible.
So, go ahead, son. Hurry.
Yeah.
Just think of it. All the way from Earth.
Yeah, there were times in there where I didn't think we would make it, I could tell you.
I bet there were.
Turbine conked out when we hit the stratosphere. I began to sweat the big drop.
I can imagine. A turbine, that's pretty serious.
Even before we left, we were told we only had 1 chance in 3 of making it.
I don't see where you found the courage.
We didn't even know what we'd find when we got here.
My.
You see, it's never been done before, never.
Let me shake your hand again.
Lots of men were killed trying, but they never succeeded.
What an honor. What an honor for our little town.
And you're the first to know. Really, the very first.
Oh?
Your name will go down in history in all the school books, with ours.
And the monuments on both planets.
Hey, what is your name?
Hey, wait a minute. Men, hold on.
What's up, Skipper?
Outside, all those people look like the whole town.
Why, they must have heard the news. The glorious news from my son. Yes, they've come to welcome you.
Hold your fire, men. Welcome. It doesn't look like they're come to welcome us.
Hey, come on out, yo! Why, that's the first man we spoke to. The one whose wife got scared.
Gentlemen, please don't shoot. There must be some mistake. I'll just ask them why they're behaving. It's...
Hey, come back here. Come back here, you. Come back here.
What do you make of that?
Just that I don't understand this, and I don't like it.
Dugan, the back way out. See if it's clear. Prescott, you fire when I say fire and not before. Lower your gun.
But they're all around us, Captain.
We'll make a break for it. One volley at my command.
Captain Williams!
Yeah.
Look, there's a little guy out there giving them all what for.
What?
They're starting to disperse.
Let me see.
Go home to your houses at once. Immediately, I say. Go on now. Go on, all of you. Go on home.
He's coming in.
Now, I'll do the talking. Put your guns away. But stay on your toes. Dugan, let's keep our eye on the back, huh?
Gentlemen, may I apologize for the unforgivable actions of my fellow townspeople. They acted barbarously.
We didn't do a thing. We were as friendly as we could be.
Well, they're ignorant, just ignorant. No reverence for science, none whatever.
We're from Earth, did they tell you?
Oh, yes. A great honor, sir. This is without a doubt the most memorable moment of my life. As a man of science, I greet you.
But what have we done to make them so hostile?
Oh, no, please, put it out of your thoughts. They're dolts, idiots, simply because two women were stupid enough to be frightened. My apologies. My sincere apologies. Believe me, sir, I would never have forgiven them if they had harmed so much as a hair on your heads. Scientific marvel, and they would do you harm. Oh, unforgivable. But we're wasting time. The members of the Institute are waiting.
Institute?
Oh, the Institute of Science. We have sole jurisdiction in such matters, and the members have already been informed and are eagerly awaiting your appearance. It will cause a sensation.
Well, that's a little more like it.
Oh, this way, please. I have transportation waiting. And have no fear of those rustics. You're in my care now.
I'm Captain Williams, sir. Who are you?
I am president of the Institute. My name is Dr. Brew. This way, gentlemen, this way.
Escape, under the direction of Norman MacDonald, returns in just a moment. How the gambling machine works, the far-reaching effects of legal and illegal gambling, domination of entire areas by racketeers. That's this week's topic on The Nation's Nightmare. Tomorrow night on CBS. And now, back to Escape.
In here, Captain Williams, please. Go right in, please.
I won't make a speech, you understand. Just a few informal remarks.
Well, the members of the Institute will listen to you with the greatest interest, no matter how informal your remarks. Go right in and make yourselves at home.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll keep it short. We have to be back at our rocket by 3 o'clock our time in order to...
To communicate with Earth, yes, you've told me this. Go right in. I'll join you very soon.
Thank you. After you, men.
He's a nice fellow.
What an auditorium.
There must be hundreds of people here.
Wonder how he managed to get them together on such short notice.
Straighten up, men. They're looking at us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am Mr. Ooh-Ah.
And I'm Captain Jonathan Williams of New York City, on Earth. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. on behalf of myself and my crew. Thank you.
Well, it's good to see another man from Earth. I am from Earth also.
How's that again?
There are many of us here from Earth.
You? From Earth?
Yes.
But is that possible? Oh, what? Did you come by rocket? Has space travel been going on for centuries? What country are you from?
To Wilreal. I came by the spirit of my body years ago.
To Wilreal?
I never heard of it. What was that about the spirit of your body?
What do you mean there are many of us here from Earth?
Well, not only from Earth, he's from Jupiter, and he's from Saturn.
Jupiter? Saturn? Wait a minute. This is confusing. Where on Earth is this Wilreal?
Wilreal.
Is it near America?
America? What is America?
You've never heard of America?
No.
You say you're from Earth and you've never heard of America.
Earth is a place of seas and nothing but seas. There is no land. I am from Earth and I know.
Earth is a place of all jungle. I am from Ori on Earth, a civilization built of silver.
Silver? Man, come over here a second. You realize what this is?
What, sir?
This is no celebration. These aren't members of the Institute. This isn't a banquet or a surprise party.
Huh?
Look at their eyes. Listen to them. Now I understand why the woman screamed, why the girl fainted, and why the old woman in the soda fountain ran out on us, why the crowd was hostile, and why they brought us here.
Where are we, sir?
In an insane asylum. They think we're crazy. Clitheroe, try that door again.
I just tried it, Captain. It's still locked.
Go right in, gentlemen. The members of the Institute will listen to you with the greatest interest, no matter how informal your remarks. I bet they've been listening all right. I bet they've had us under observation since we entered this building.
Captain, look!
What?
Oh, you ought to take a look. That woman who said she was from Earth, too? Blue flame is coming out of her mouth and then turning into the shape of a small naked child.
You think that's something? I've been watching one of them change into a crystal pillar, and then into a golden statue, and then into a staff of cedar, and then back into a woman again. Never saw anything like this. Magicians.
No, not magicians. Those are hallucinations. They pass their insanity over into us, and we see their hallucinations too. Telepathy, autosuggestion, and telepathy.
Well, look, Captain.
If hallucinations can appear this real to us, to anyone, if hallucinations are catching and almost believable, it's no wonder they took us for psychotics. If that woman can produce little blue fire children, and that one can change into a pillar, how natural if normal Martians think we can produce our rocket ship with our minds?
I've been thinking along those lines too. If someone came up to you on Earth and said he was from Mars, just came in by rocket, wouldn't you think he was crazy?
I would. Heaven help me, I would. What time is it?
2:35. Those channels open in 25 minutes.
Where's that doctor? Where's that doctor? I said, where's that doctor?
I'm here, Captain.
I demand our release. I demand an apology for this outrage. My government will certainly hear of this. All the governments of Earth will hear of it. I shall tell of them of the indignities heaped upon their representatives.
Yes, of course.
Don't humor me. Are you going to release us, or must I take steps?
What sort of steps?
I'll kill you.
Oh, that's very interesting. Excuse me a moment. Dr. Ohl?
Yes, Doctor. Did you call me, Doctor?
Oh, the case is developing along classic lines. I thought you might be interested. He just threatened to kill me. Proceed, please, Captain.
That was a joke, and I tell you. Are you going to stand aside?
No.
All right. Jim.
Most interesting. What do you suppose the next face will be?
Denial of insanity, reaffirmation of sanity.
But we are sane. We are.
You see, classic.
Man, try to think of something. He thinks we're insane, and he won't understand that we're not.
No, not at all. I do not think all of you are insane. Oh, no. Just you, sir. The others, the ones you persist in referring to as your crew, they do not exist. They are secondary hallucinations.
Secondary
hallucinations.
But you can touch them. You can hear them. Go ahead and touch them.
Well, that would prove nothing. Patients have come to me with snakes crawling from their ears. When I cured them, their snakes vanished.
We'll be glad to be cured. Go ahead.
Most unusual. Not many want to be cured. The cure is drastic, you know.
The cure ahead. I'm confident you'll find we're all sane.
He persists in referring to the others.
Oh, they never stop. You know, Captain, in such cases as yours, these special treatments, the others in this hall are simpler forms. But once a patient has deteriorated as much as you have, with primary, secondary, tertiary, auditory, olfactory, and lingual delusions, as well as tactile and optical fantasies, that's a pretty bad business. We may have to resort to euthanasia.
Euthanasia? You're crazy! Now listen, my crew and I left Earth 3 days ago in a rocket. We landed here on Mars.
Yes. You've already told me, Captain. Most detailed dream fantasy I've ever heard.
But I can show you the rocket ship.
Oh, we'd like to see it. Can you manifest it in this hall?
Oh, certainly. It's over there in the corner.
I don't see it.
Of course you don't. It's not here.
Why did you tell me to look if the rocket isn't there?
I was joking, you idiot, joking.
Really? You have an odd sense of humor.
If you give us transportation and come with us, I can show you the rocket. It's in a small forest near that town where we first saw you.
Be rather interesting to observe his reaction at the failure, Shorter.
Oh, good. Yes. Would you care to accompany me, Doctor?
Oh, I'd be delighted.
Very well, Captain. Lead us to your rocket.
Here it is. Here's the rocket. Now, are you satisfied? Now are you convinced?
I see nothing resembling a rocket.
Dugan, Prescott, Clitheroe, clear away the camouflage. Hurry.
Yes, sir.
You'll see, Doctor. You'll see. All right. There. All right, there. Okay, man, that's enough. There you are, Doctor. That's the main hatch. Now, are you convinced?
Wonderful manifestation. Wonderful. But like the manifestation of your gun when you threatened to kill me, completely unreal and non-functional.
Hey, I've been thinking about why your gun jammed, Captain. I think it's a change in atmosphere.
I suppose he allows his hallucinatory companion to offer the rational because the reality is too painful for him to offer it himself.
Yes, precisely.
It's a rocket. It's a real rocket. See? I can touch it.
May we look inside?
I insist that you look inside.
Come along, Dr. Oh, this is most fascinating.
Captain, 3 minutes to 3. If we can keep them here until they open the channels, they'll be able to hear the reaction to our report on Earth. And then we'll be able to...
I know. What a suspicious bunch of louts.
For 2 cents, I tell the people back home not to bother with Mars.
I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, now do you believe?
This is the most incredible example of sensual hallucination and hypnotic suggestion I've ever encountered. We went through your rocket, as you call it. I tapped it, and I heard it, auditory fantasy. I smelled it, olfactory hallucination induced by sensual telepathy. Ooh, I could even taste it, lingual fantasy. Oh, allow me to shake your hand, sir, and congratulate you. You are a psychotic genius. You have done the most complete job of the task of projecting your psychotic image life into the mind of another via telepathy, and keeping the hallucinations from being essentially weaker is almost impossible. These people in the house usually concentrate on visuals, or at the most, visual and auditory fantasies combined. Oh, but
You, Captain, have balanced the whole conglomeration. Your insanity is beautifully complete.
My insanity?
Yes. What a lovely insanity.
metal, rubber, food, clothing, fuel, nuts, bolts, 10,000 separate items we've checked on your vessel, sir. Never have we seen such complexity.
Why, there were even shadows under the bunks and under everything.
Such a concentration of will. Let me embrace you, sir. I'll write this into my greatest monograph. I'll speak of it at the Martian Institute next month.
Doctor, he's incurable, of course.
Of course. You poor, wonderful man. You'll be much happier dead.
What?
Have you any last words?
No. Don't shoot.
Oh, you poor, sad creature. I'm afraid you are far beyond any psychiatric therapy. You're an incurable case.
No.
I shall put you out of this misery, which has driven you to imagine this rocket and these three men.
I did not.
It will be most engrossing to watch your three friends and your rocket vanish once I've killed you.
Doctor!
And then I will write a paper on the delusion of neurotic images from what I observe here today.
I am from Earth. My name is Jonathan Williams. And these men are...
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
From Earth. Obviously.
Captain Williams!
They continue to exist.
Superb, superb. Oh, hallucinations with time and spatial existence. I wonder how they will react to a bullet. An auditory appeal, even with the patient dead.
Run!
They still exist, and so does the rocket.
Phenomenal. Such persistence of the psychosis. First time I've ever observed this post-mortem. But it will fade. It will all fade. Interesting, wasn't it? Well, shall we be returning to the Institute?
I should like you to explain certain aspects of the case to the members of my department.
Oh, gladly, my dear, gladly. You see, this patient was definitely...
Earth to Mars. Earth to Mars. Calling rocket expedition. Calling rocket expedition. Do you read me? Do you read me? Come in, Captain Williams. Come in, Captain Williams. Earth to Mars. Earth to Mars. Under the direction of Norman MacDonald, Escape has brought you The Earthmen by Ray Bradbury, specially adapted for Escape by Walter Newman. Starring Parley Bear with Harry Bartell, Hans Conried, Larry Dobkin, and Lou Krugman. Featured in the cast were John Daner, Sidney Miller, Georgia Ellis, Jack Crusham, and Brian Kane. The special music for Escape is composed and conducted by Lee Stevens. Next week, escape with us to an island off the northwest coast of Africa, and the story of a man whose quest for happiness was blocked by a giant, a madman, and a beautiful girl. As Millard Kaufman tells it in his exciting story, The Gladiator. There's fun each and every weekday when most of these same stations bring you CBS Radio's Arthur Godfrey Time. This is Roy Rowan speaking. This is CBS, where you hear the FBI in Peace and War every Thursday night. The Columbia Broadcast System.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming today. We hope you've enjoyed our show and this peek into the mysterious world of the future. Can you imagine talking houses, rocket ships, and hot dog stands are what lie ahead? I sure can't wait. Until then, though, we invite you to join us for our final show of our 14th season as we learn how to deal with bullies with the gang at Duffy's Tavern and a visit to Family Theater. And it's all happening Sunday, June 25th at 2 o'clock right here at the Oak Park Arms. And we're already planning a spectacular 15th season beginning in September featuring Laurel and Hardy, the Marx Brothers, Vincent Price, and of course, Jack Benny and the gang, and more. So be sure to check out our website at www.ttdyradio.com for the latest updates and show information. And now, the cast of those thrilling days of yesteryear. Rob Ronaldo. Val Lewinsky. Don Kingle. Dan Snowby. Stan Austin. Dan Hinsman. Pam Turlo. And Diane Wozniak. And no radio show would be complete without the synchronous sound effect stylings of Pam Turlo and John Mingle on sound effects. Special thanks to the magnificent music the magic of Peter Storm on piano. Today's show was transcribed by Ken Ball, who's not here today, but directed by Pam Turlow. And I am your producer and theremin player, Ben Goodwin. And on behalf of this cast, we'd like to extend our thanks to you, for the audience, for helping that show come alive, and for living those thrilling days of yesteryear so that we could bring them back to you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Please stick around, make your way out into the lounge, out in the lobby. We have, I believe, juice and cookies and perhaps some coffee. Sit around and talk about what lies ahead in the future. We'll see you all on June 25th. Thank you so much.